Rajamouli, I'm so excited to be on your set. I have chased you for 1 year, more than a year.
Yeah, but also.
So give me a sense of what is happening here. What is this? What are we making over here?
This is the actual setup where Kattappa kills Bahubali.
This is where it happened?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah, this is where it happens, and your question ends there. You are not going to ask me further.
I'm not allowed any further questions on this topic.
On that topic.
Okay. So Rajamouli, you just talked about how the crew might be fatigued physically, but mentally they're on such a high because the first one became, as you said, an iconic hit. Which also, of course, means that people are now waiting with bated breath. I don't know if you saw, but it is the most awaited film of 2017.
Yes.
How do you, as the creator of this world and as the captain of the ship, just stay focused and sort of believe in your convictions and not listen to all that external noise that's swirling around?
Because the noise that is created within our production is so high that you can't
you can't hear the outside.
You can't hear the external noise. Noise in the sense there is so much work to do in every department, be it the visual effects, be it the art department, be it the scripting, be it the actors. Everyone has so much work to do that you are so involved in the day-to-day work. There is absolutely no time to sit and ponder about what the other people are thinking about your film, whether it's good or bad. No, there is absolutely no time. So there is not much effect of the expectation or whatever, or the noise that is being made outside.
And you as architect, have you had to rethink anything, reshape anything because the expectations are so high now?
Not actually. The soul remains the same. The basic script remains the same. After the first part became such a hit, we just looked at the script and tightened some scenes and made the actions a little bit elaborate. All that is the external stuff, but all the screenplay, all the scenes, all the content is the same. We didn't change anything.
So you also said that this one, Bahubali, the conclusion, is going to be much bigger than the first film, but the focus is emotions and the characters' emotions. Can you speak a little more about that?
It's simple, Anupama ji. If you look at it, in the first part, what we have told in the story is basically the introduction of the characters. We haven't really got into the plot. So Sivagami is a powerful Rajmata, the Queen Mother. Bahubali is an upright and who believes in values. The strength and evilness of Ballal Deva. All the characters are established, and we have a hook line which I have given. So it is like the difference between the starters and a meal. That's
so the
how
meal is coming.
Yeah, the meal is coming.
These were just the starters.
Yes.
And you've always said that, I'm a great storyteller, but I'm not a great filmmaker. Yeah. Why do you believe that?
Simple reason is that when I start telling a story, I feel very confident. When I start directing a film, I don't feel so confident. That's one thing, and so many doubts run in my mind every day when I'm shooting.
Like what? Just share a doubt today. You're here, Kattappa's killing Bahubali. What is the doubt you have?
No, each and every shot, whether I should go a little bit tighter, a little bit longer, whether I should make my actor perform a little bit more strongly, a little bit more subtly. So how my re-recording is going to affect the scene. I'm not sure about. I'm not very sure-footed about what I'm doing. I keep going back and forth. The confidence doesn't come into me when I'm directing a film, but when I'm telling a story, I'm very sure that I'm telling it the right way, and I'm very sure that I'm capturing the attention of my listener.
I was just talking to Shobhu, and he said it's actually 5 years since when you started working, not shooting, but when this project sort of took shape.
Yes.
When now looking back, are there things you would do differently? What has this journey sort of been like?
No, it is quite a long period of time.
It is a long
5 years is quite
And to
a long
live with
period of
one
time.
thing, you know,
Yeah.
and to have passion for it over 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, externally it looks like one thing, but internally there are so many branches to it. So we're quite enjoying, absolutely enjoying all that stuff. So it doesn't feel like that we are stuck with one project for quite a long
You're
time.
not tired of the thing.
No, we are not. Actually, I'm even more raring to go to work with the other things that we are thinking of, about Bahubali. The VRs, the novels, the animated series. I'm quite upbeat about all of them. But dedicating 5 years, if you look at it in a complete another perspective to one project, it gives me some. I won't say it's a negative feeling, but it is. I don't know. Yeah, I can't explain the feeling in exact words, but it is. I don't know. I really can't find the words for it. Um, uh, it feels quite different. It's not normal. It's not normal
But
in
good
one
different
aspect.
or bad different?
It's neither. It's
Okay.
neither good nor not bad.
But it's just different.
Yeah, it's just different.
And what are you like on sets? I mean, I've only seen you now just for this morning. And do you ever scream? Do you get angry? You seem very calm.
I know I scream a lot.
Do you scream a lot?
I scream a lot. But mostly, I mean, I too realize that lately. Is that I scream when I'm not sure about the shot or I'm not sure about myself when I'm doing that. So even small things irritate me. I shout on the people to keep quiet or why can't you understand small things or all that. And everything is going smoothly when small mistakes are ignored or taken like just and it keeps going. So I'm human on set.
And tell me, when you make a film as big as this, do you think you'd ever be attracted to sort of smaller subjects, or are you like just spoiled now for the rest of your career?
No, it is not that I want to make only big films or something like that. It is the nature of the subject that makes the film big or small. So each subject has its own value or each subject drives its own path. So based on the subject, you know how much you are going to spend, whom you are going to cast, who the crew will be, and you roughly with so many years of experience, you know what roughly economics are, how much it's going to work. So it is based on the subject. Everything is driven forward, not the other way around. It's not that I want to make only big films. Of course, I wanted to make a big film for a very long time, and I did it. I'm quite happy with it, and I'm ready to do small films. It's just that the subject should excite me to tell that story.
And now on April 28th, when this film releases, do you have any plans for what you're going to do? How are you feeling about that day when it's going to be out?
As of now, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm thinking about just finishing the film and
It's
going
baby
into the
steps.
post-production.
You're just focused here. Yeah.
And going to the post-production. But I pretty much know by the time we come to the closer to the release, it'll be havoc, and it'll be I'll be very jittery.
Do you get nervous?
Yeah, we do get nervous. It's such a big film coming out. See, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in all the supernatural things. But when you go out in the dark, you feel scared. So logic is different, emotion is different. So you make a big film, you make a great film, you know it's going to do well. Everything, all the logic and reason tells you to be calm. But emotion is different. You just feel nervous.
And so no holidays planned, nothing, like you're not even thinking like, what am I going to do? 29th April, where is Mr. Rajamouli going to be?
29th April. 29th April, yeah, definitely we'll be looking at different reports from all over the country, and hopefully all of them are going to be very good. 1 week or something, probably we'll be looking at the promotions, any additional promotion needs to be done, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And 1 week after the release, we'll be flying away. I don't know where, but it will be going to be a very long, big holiday.
Do you think, Rajamouli, that artists need a time like they say soil needs a time to fallow. You know, you give crops, you produce, you create, but then you really need a time where you're doing nothing. Do you, as a creator, need that time?
I need more time. I usually take more time than it's usual, than it's the norm after the release of the film.
In between films?
Yeah, in between films, I take a lot of off time.
And what do you do then? How do you inspire yourself?
The break time is not to inspire, just to lay down, just to be lazy, just to do nothing. Read books or travel or play games or.
And you don't think about cinema at all?
Nothing. Of course, cinema as a viewer.
So you go watch movies?
Yeah, go watch movies, lot of movies, but nothing about my work.
So when you're watching movies, because a lot of directors tell me this, that we can't, when we watch movies, ever see it as a movie. Like my husband is constantly, no, but wo light udhar honi chahiye. You know, do you do that, or can you see it as a viewer?
If the film is good, I don't.
You don't notice?
I don't notice anything. I just, even today, I just watch it like a film. The film is captivating. If the film is not captivating, then yes, you tend to notice all the bad things about the film.
Rajamouli, tell me a little bit about your process. I know you've talked about the Bahubali series being inspired a lot by the Mahabharata, and you said you've been very attracted to fantasy and to mythology. But what do you do when you actually begin? Do you write? I know this story, of course, came from your father, but as you're developing this in your head, are you writing? Are you on a computer? How do you actually create?
Most of time I old timer paper and pen. Mostly I think while walking.
You too?
Yeah.
You know, Karan Johar told me that he does that.
Okay.
He said he just walks up and down, and he said, I'm also mouthing dialogues, which my character will say. So he said, I look mad because I'm just walking alone and I'm saying things. Do you do that?
Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot. I don't mouth dialogues, but I'll be acting, doing things and doing all that stuff.
Where do you walk? In a garden?
Mostly on top of the terrace or anywhere.
So there's no chance I would ever be at a garden and I'd see you doing this? No?
Anywhere. If the place like this, I walk here. Any place, it doesn't matter. And then after a small time, I need to gather my thoughts, what I've been thinking, and put that on a paper. And again, walk and put that on a paper. I do that. I don't do the same thing for a long time. And once I have a certain number of thoughts, and if something I have to put in order, then I go down to my computer to get the list of things or list of scenes, or something that I have to see as a
structure.
As a structure. Then I put it on computer. If it is the emotion of the scene or something that needs to be written down, then I write it on pen and paper.
And who are your bouncing boards?
My family members again, my father and my assistant directors, my wife, my kids in my family. I bounce ideas with everyone. I have no reservations on that.
But they're pretty honest. They'll tell you ki nahi.
Yes, absolutely.
What's the worst criticism you've heard from them?
Most of the time, my wife is very critical of my work. She says it's not working, I don't like it, or she'll be very upright about it. And sometimes I listen to her, sometimes I don't.
But do you ever have a moment where you say, God, I'm brilliant, ever?
No.
Never?
No, there will be moments where I think I am very, very good, very, very, very good, but not brilliant.
Brilliance still has to come.
Yes, it has to come.
How do you sustain sort of passion for something? I know you're saying now there will be offshoots, there'll be VR, there'll be novels, but over the 5 years, the characters, how do you sustain passion for that?
I don't know. I cannot exactly pinpoint the reason, but sometimes it is the fear that you have created such a great story, such great characters, and you are responsible for presenting them in the right way, in all their glory. And if you don't do it the right way, it is like you're doing injustice to the story and the characters, as if they question you. So
one day they'll all be standing in front of you and saying, "What did you do?"
Yeah. So the fear of not presenting them in the right way that they are supposed to be, keeps me going. Sometimes when I feel low, or which is very rare, but sometimes it happens.
Okay, I know I could sit here forever and keep asking you questions. I know you have a film to complete because we need to see that film. We need that answer. We need the answer. But one last question. If there was somebody embarking, this has been a remarkable journey, also of perseverance, of passion, of just staying with a dream that you had. What would your advice be to other filmmakers who see this grand epic ahead, but how do you take that first step to reaching there?
I usually stay away from giving advice. The principal thing I notice in so many youngsters nowadays is that they lack patience to do whatever they want to do. So good things in world comes with patience and hard work and waiting for the right moment to come. On the other hand, the youngsters nowadays are very good at multitasking. Maybe that is the reason why they are impatient also. I don't know. So the good thing about them is the multitasking, and not so good thing about them is lack of patience. So you need to strike a right balance between them. If you keep on waiting patiently, the chance might never come, but you should know when to wait. That is one thing. And second thing is, you should be very honest to yourself as a storyteller. You can make commercial film, you can make art film, you can make parallel film, or there are so many genres of film that are coming nowadays. You can choose any path you want to, but you shouldn't let your storytelling be affected by what others think about you. You should feel great about the story that you're telling in whichever way you want to tell. That honesty should be there.
Sounds great, and I can't wait to see Bahubali, the conclusion. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Hello all, if you like this interview, please hit the button below and subscribe to Film Companion.